We have Amy Schierbeek, our riding clinician for Pferde Farm's first annual, maybe, clinic. Welcome. And can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, I started riding around the age of 5 at my cousin's farm. My uncle owns a dairy farm, and so I started there, switching off milking for riding and helping with chores. And it kind of, their farm grew, and as their farm grew, I kind of grew with it, riding more horses. And when I was a freshman in high school, I got my first horse. And I then started doing chores at the barn regularly, working off my board, so I could have a place to keep the horse and ride, since there was an indoor arena there too. And then after graduating from high school, I sent out an application to KYB Dressage and got a working student position there. So for the past year and a half, I've been working there, and I've just returned home to go to school, to go to college.
Okay. And how about, tell us a little bit about the Young Riders program?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah, it's, it's a great way for young riders to get a head step and almost get their foot out into the FBI world in the open classes, because they do expect a little bit higher standards, rather than here it's doing schooling shows and, first and second level. They really start to push you to expect more from yourself, more from your horse, and just push you as a rider. And I think having the team, region team, is really helpful too, because then you learn to think more of from a team aspect. Even though you are riding for yourself and for you and your horse to get the score and to make yourself better, having the support of the team is very helpful. It's very good.
Okay, awesome. Do you maybe have any comments on the riders you've seen so far? How about like Emma and character? Any comments on them?
Yeah, I think that really establishing, for all of them even, establishing an inside leg to an outside rein contact, sending them away from your inside leg and to your outside rein is the most beneficial. It kind of sets you ahead so that when it's time to collect the horse just stays kind of right underneath of you. You give them a guide of where to go, and you kind of close the door on your inside leg so they can't go to the inside, and you close the door on the outside so they can't go to the outside. And you open the door straight ahead. So you get them to go kind of straight ahead, right in between your aids.
Okay. Any other comments on any of the other horses or riders? We had Licorice and Fennig. Or comments on the horses?
The horses were all pretty much, they have their different personalities and different ways.
Definitely.
But even then, I think it's the effect of being very efficient in your aids, and when you put a half halt on, that it's not a pulling necessarily, but it's a half halt, like a quick pull for a second and then releasing. And I think that is very effective for all the horses too, even that, when you're young, sure you use a little bit more pulling and you aren't as quick with your aids. And I think that once you get quicker, then you can start to kind of speed the process up of half halt, release, and then you can get them to ask the horse to step forward from their hind legs and to create a jump. And I think that would also create more collection over time with more practice through it.
Now I know everybody had a lot of hard times with Diva.
Yeah.
Is there any pointers you can give to Annalie for Diva? And the rest of us who ride her.
I think for her, there's a horse back home that I ride as well who does get a bit hurried and, ahead of themselves. Like they just worked something up inside of them. And
sounds like her.
Yeah. And I think the more relaxed as a rider as you stay, and giving them a place to go, thinking leg yielding them out with their haunches, or giving their energy somewhere to go, not necessarily just forward. So leg yielding them their hips out in the circle, or even taking it on the long wall of start on the quarter line, leg yield them out to the wall. Even especially then having an inside rein, inside leg to your outside range, so that it's almost like you're always always dispersing the energy, dispersing it a little bit sideways, so that it's not, so much forward. And it also acts as like kind of an automatic half halt, because they can't go as fast going sideways as what they can, just going straight ahead. And I think I found that to be the most beneficial for myself.
Okay. The other thing is Anna has a hard time with is, and other people, is getting her into a canter without kicking.
Yeah,
When she kicks out,
Bucking.
she bucks and then she kind of kicks out.
Yeah, for me, it helped the most to keep her so relaxed. As soon as you get that relaxed trot, then as I ask for the trot, I leg yield her through the transition. I make her step her hind leg out in the transition, so her hind legs are crossing, and as she's crossing, then I pick up the canter. And at the same time, it's almost a little bit of a distraction for her, so she's thinking about moving her hind legs
So
sideways.
it's a timing thing.
Yeah,
You
moving
have
her
to get
hind
her
legs
right
sideways.
timing when her hindquarters go
Right.
under, and then
Yeah,
You can
yeah, and that's what a
ask
lot
for
of
it.
this stuff is all about, is timing. When do you do it? How big of an aid do you make? How long does your aid last for? And a lot of times it's very small aids, very small and quick. And it's just practice that it takes to get the timing down. Riding so many horses at KYB, it helps me get the timing.
right.
Because all these horses are so different. They aren't ridden all the same way. So you do have to learn for different horses. It takes just a little bit different, like a little tweaking of, maybe you have to get a little bit harsher on this horse. Maybe you just have to be a little bit softer and soothing on this horse. Between like character and diva. Diva maybe it's a little bit more soothing, Character, you can be a little bit harsher and say, half halt, I really want you to get over. Where diva is like, okay, half halt, now this is kind of where I want you to go. And that's the difference too between mares and geldings.
I was going to say, girly girl.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't remember exactly how they say it, but if you tell a gelding, you ask from a mare, it's,
Right.
yeah, you do. You just ask in different ways.
Okay. Okay, good. Well, thank you so much. We are learning a lot and really enjoying it. So,
The kids liked it too.